Welcome everyone to my new educational video for TickTick Trader payout policies and payout rules. I like to make sure you pretty much know everything about it, even though some of these things have been shared in my previous videos. Let me talk to you the whole process and respond to your questions. At the same time, if you have any other thing that you would like to know, utilize the comments area for questions or join our prop firm Discord, where we're trying to build a community of successful traders, help each other, and go into the right direction. Do not forget, we offer 3 accounts for TickTick trading for free. There is a giveaway, a video about it on my channel, TickTick Trader Giveaway. You can participate on our social media and have a great time, right? So we're giving away 3 direct funded 100K accounts very, very soon, fellas. Beautiful. Let's talk about the payout rules. And I'm gonna share with you a few things that must be discussed, as well walk you through the pool process. So the number one thing you care about is the payout threshold for any type of account. Each type of account has a specific payout threshold, right? This is the number one thing you care about. When you pay a price for an account, you question how much money do I have to achieve in order to qualify for a payout. This is a rule that has to be respected. Payout threshold is exactly telling you how much money you have to earn, and the payout thresholds are represented right there. Depending on the size of the account you're purchasing, out of the 3 available, the payout thresholds are looking like that, right? So it's 7,500 for 150, 12,500 for the 250, and then 5,000 has to be made for 100K. I've been sharing with you videos where the 150 and the 252 plans are very competitive, but a 250K account is a lot easier even for beginners. I have a video about that on my channel too, with strategies and all sorts of things, right? So this is one thing to consider, fellas, as a payout threshold is always has to be achieved in order to take your resources out. And there's another thing as well that has to be respected when I get to that, is the consistency, which is 20%. I'm going to talk to you over that one as well. The drawdown type is another very important thing. It's based end of the day, right? So you don't want to trade on intraday drawdowns or anything like that on prop firms that utilize it. It's a massive money-making type of drawdown, which is obviously unnecessary for you to work with when you have on the market options that allow you to work with end of the day drawdown. And it's clear. The balance you have at the end of the day at the closing, that's from where your drawdown is going to be calculated. Simple and straightforward. At the same time, I almost forgot to say, we got 40% discount on any TickTick account straight to funded. Right now, they also have Tradeovate, NinjaTrader 2, so things are advancing. They also have their own Project X platform. 40% by utilizing the coupon code SCRAMBLE, by signing up from the link in the description area as a free account, and then inside your account as a members area, you have the options on Tradeovate or Project S, which trade to funded, right? So that's a simple perspective right there. Another thing you care about is the max loss and daily max loss limit. The 2 different colors are representing the importances. The max loss is clear. If you hit that specific max loss level, your account is gone. You also care about that because you always want to compare what is the payout threshold towards the max loss. What is the difference? If you're actually having a max loss that is smaller than the payout threshold, then it is a disadvantage, like many prop firms are having. If you actually have a max loss 1-to-1 to the payout threshold, that is a great situation, which is the case of TickTick Trader. Have a look at that, fellas. Let's go to their website. These are the direct accounts, and have a look at the max losses. For those of you which are familiar, they pretty much know it. End of the day drawdown, that's the max loss, 12,500, 7,500, and 5,000, right? Exactly like the payout threshold. It is 1-to-1. Which is beautiful. This is the most comfortable you could actually discover. The daily max loss is another very important thing, because the daily max loss is a soft breach, which means that if you hit this loss, you're not going to lose your account. But during that day, you're going to become unable to perform on the markets. And at the same time, this is also a mandatory stop loss that the system is setting for you guys. So you need to keep this in consideration, because this is what a lot of people get triggered on daily max losses. Not people by finding themselves in multiple smaller losses hitting max loss at the end. No, people lose their accounts by hitting constant daily max losses, which is, of course, the way these platforms are having the capability to filter traders through this daily max loss. And that's a form of a mandatory stop loss they set you. This is half than the max loss price. It's half, right? So it's always half the value you have in the daily loss soft rule. 6,250 on that one, 3,750 on the 150K, and $2,500 on the 100K side, right? You pretty much care a lot about the daily max loss when creating a strategy if you do not use a different stop loss that you set yourself at a much lower levels, like majority of people do. They don't want to lose, such big sizes. They prefer dealing with smaller numbers, a couple of hundreds of dollars here or there as, max loss, and that's the way they go. Or there's the other category of traders, but you have to pay very, very strong attention to the daily max loss, not to be fooled by the max loss size, which is way bigger. You might work with wrong sizes, contracts, and so on, right? So that's something to consider. Buffer, 0. You don't need to leave buffer in the account. You're not in a position to do that at all, unless you would like to build additional resources about the payout threshold. And sometimes if you mess your winners and you make too much money, you have to increase, basically due to consistency rate of 20%. You have to increase your numbers at the end of the process, at the end of the cycle, so much that there's going to be a bunch of buffer left in your account. Timing between 1 to 5 business days for the withdrawals. They also included rise, which works very nicely and fast. Consistency rule is 20%. This is something people need to understand, that consistency rule is applied to your balance, which means even winners and losers, right? So it's applied to your balance. Let me tell you to the whole process quickly. Let me just, write some numbers out here. If you make during 7 days, 7 days, let's put it that way. 7 days, you earn daily, 2K daily, right? That equals with $14,000. If you lose in the next day, minus $2,000, minus $4,000, let's put it that way, your balance equal with $10,000 at the end of 8 trading days. It doesn't matter the number of trading days because you don't have a minimum number of trading days. But because of the 20% consistency, you cannot achieve 20% consistency without trading at least for 5 days. That's the logic. However, let's get back to this. No minimum trading days. We were at 8 days of trading. We got 10 grand in our account. We made our highest day $2,000. $2,000 towards the 10 grand is actually 20%, exactly 20% consistency. So this way, we are eligible for the payout. You're actually, in a very good position in this situation. But this is an example. Of course, you're eligible for the payout without needing to lose that $4,000, because even after 6 days, you would be, or even after 6 days, indeed, even after 5 days, if you make $2,000 daily, you're able for the payout. Because after 5 days, you get to 10 grand and you don't need to trade that extra 2 days, like in this example, to bring the 14 grand. Definitely not. But here, the case is showing you how does the consistency should be calculated. 14 grand, the 2K is not applied to the 14. The 2K is applied to the 10 grand because that's your balance. So it also includes your loss as a total approach. No minimum trading days, like I said. Payout can be requested at any time, which is beautiful. Even no minimum trading days is beautiful, right? Amazing. Payout anytime. No minimum value per day, such as some prop firms, depending on the account you're selecting, they tell you have to earn for 5 days at least $250 a day. For 5 days at least, $100 a day, and so on, right? So there's no such a thing at TickTick Trader at all. Another thing that I wanted to share with you fellas is the Trustpilot. Trustpilot is the primary source where issues can be recognized extremely quickly, because this is where people complain if the company is not going to solve their issue. And the company can only not solve an issue if they're not capable, because they are a scam or so, right? So for anyone out there in the props, this is the place you want to look forward. This is the place you clearly know when a company is just a startup or is extremely well established in the market. So let's just have a few things around TickTick Trader's Trustpilot. Take a look into that, fellas. TickTick Trader has 6,327 reviews. Excellent. 4.7 total score. With a 1-star, this is where you want to pay high attention, fellas. If the 1-star reviews, if the percentage of the 1-star reviews are double digits, which means at least 10%, it's over. Don't touch that prop. Don't touch that prop at all. Even if the percentage is, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, there might be certain issues you will not agree with. And there are other props, competitors, that will give you a better edge, that will give you a better chance. I'm not saying when you see a prop firm with a 6% 1-star reviews is bad. No. It means that at a certain stage that prop firm might have certain issues which could have been corrected indeed or solved or whatever. But the idea is that you have to be extra careful. Extra careful. Anything above 10% is something I completely avoid from scratch. Like, I don't care about anything else. If you have above 10% rate of 1-star, it's over, fellas. Look at that. 6,327 reviews and only 1% 1-star. Let's have a look into this one. Let's open up, these companies. A lot of the people talk about, TopStep. TopStep is having similar level of reviews and 6% 1-star. Right? Funded Next, way more reviews, 7% 1-star. Apex, 6% 1-star, a lot more reviews, 11,000. They got a bunch of clients out there. Let's take a look if we see other companies here. FTMO, 15,000, 3%, right? So obviously these are companies that are offering not straight to funded. These are companies that are offering challenges type of accounts. It's different. But I'm just giving you right now the example, fellas, on how you should pretty much consider the problem about Trustpilot. This is the #1 source where you can recognize instantly when a company starts having issues real time. But you obviously have that capability to see it on my Discord, where we chat with people and discuss on all these problems. Enjoy, fellas. That's pretty much all about it. I've been sharing quite a few things with you, including the live trading necessity for you to be aware of. After the 6th payout, you're moved into the live trading. Live trading conditions will be shared in a custom way specifically for you, depending how that you trade till that point, and the risk management department will decide what's the best for you and for the company. So it's not something that goes structurally. That's pretty much all, fellas. I mean, payout frequency anytime, flipping is allowed, trading based on rules. In terms of news, it is allowed, flipping anything. It's just very comfortable these days. Of course, it's pricey, but it's not as pricey as many other props. And when it comes down to straight to funding, we still have the best prices as we can see, right? So quite happy with that. 150K is looking great, fellas. Including the 250K, we have more chances. It's just $200 extra, and the payouts are much bigger, right? Limit withdrawals. For some reason, I wasn't saying $4,000 and $3,000 for the other, right? So you spend basically $200 more for the 250K account, and you get $1,000 extra at your withdrawal. Keep in mind that traders will receive 90% of the profits, with TickTick Trader collecting the remaining 10% as a commission. The profit split is applicable from the start, including the first 3 months. Now, until December 15, 2024, they have a promotion. They give you 100% of your earnings, right? So afterwards, they're going to get back to the 90% rule, which is still great. This is basically represented in a 100% manner you'll have to cut out 10% of the values you see under the limit withdrawals. And when you do a $4,000 withdrawal, you'll receive $3,600 after December 15th, but $4,000 will be deducted out of your account. Right, so this is how it works. At the end of the day, if you still have questions, let me know in the comments area. We're going to have a lot to share, a lot to present you around the space, and of course, keep in touch with the best opportunities in an educational model. I'm still going to do some other comparison videos, but there's not really too much to compare right now with TTT, which is the leader into straight to funded. Enjoy, we'll talk to you soon.